a lot of people. Okay, how do I say this? I don't want to make this like a gimmick, but we only have around 1,000 people watching, which is a lot. But
Yeah.
those 1,000 people have already given almost. In a couple of minutes, I think we can get there. Just around 700,000 Kumu diamonds, and that's for the love. But I feel like, it's because of the story as well, Pastor James. And I'm not saying that we use that story to get money, but I'm saying that's a story of, I've seen how you've blossomed as well. It sounds really strange me saying this to you because usually you're the one saying it to all of us.
Like a flower. I feel like I've blossomed like a flower, Edward. What type of flower? What type of flower?
Sunflower, because you're
Come on.
a ray of sunshine to all of
My
us,
tan.
Pastor James.
It's my tan.
But I'm just saying, like, I remember Pastor Kate, of course, your wife, your current wife,
Yes,
say
my current wife.
well, I have to differentiate. I mean, I've heard her tell stories before. Like, there are certain times where you get really, or most people would be stressed about certain situations, or like they would feel under pressure, but you don't feel that anymore because you've gone through a lot already. So, how do you feel? Like, can you comment on that?
Yeah, that's an interesting thought because, and I know with all the people watching, everybody has a story. Everybody has something they've gone through, and especially in the Philippines,
Yeah.
it's like everybody here has a story of what we've gone through. And for me, my story's my story. It's pretty crazy, but I know that there's been people that have gone through worse. But I kind of like every time I'm faced with a stressful situation or a pressurized situation, like you said, I kind of compare it to what I went through.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, my wife died in my bed. Is this really a big deal? And if it's not, I know that I can get through it. And I know, and like I still feel pressure. I'm not I'm not Iron
Superhuman.
Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I still feel the pressure, but I have the confidence of, man, I know what I've been through, and this ain't near that. And so I know I can handle whatever's coming before me. And so I do compare it. But I think, you know what? I think there would be a ton of people watching right now who you've gone through crazy stuff in your life and you're thinking, what's the purpose? Why have I gone through all this stuff? And a lot of times we don't know the purpose until we get through the storm, until we see what's on the other side. And
Amen.
whatever you've gone through, you can actually use that to help others.
That's true.
Testimonies can be shared and inspire as well. But I think that's a great benchmark to move on to a different type of pressure. Of course,
Let's talk about the model pressure.
Let's talk about. I mean,
From one model to another, Cat. Cat, let's talk about, for the both of us, how hard it is just to look the way we do, Cat. I mean, it's a struggle.
A burden.
A burden that Pastor James would not know about. Sorry, Pastor James.
I gave up a promising career as a male model to follow the call of God into church. Did you know that?
Is that really? No, really?
Absolutely not. Lying through my teeth. But you sort of believed it. You sort of believed it.
Pastor James, honestly, I had someone. I asked. Sorry, Kat. Just before you get to you, I had to comment on that. I messaged in our Connect Region group chat, right? Any content, pictures, videos of Pastor James that we could show on the show. And there was just one picture of your yearbook as a kid. And I was supposed to put it in, but I was sleeping last night and I slept late. And I suddenly felt like, man, I just don't really want to show this. So, let's just say if we hit
Pastor
1 million
James,
diamonds.
On a level 1 to 10, how stressed are you right now?
Cat, I've been through a lot worse. It's okay.
Wait, do I have your permission to show it then?
I don't care.
Okay.
I am who I am, huh?
All right.
I am who I am. Catriona.
This is Pastor James Aiton before he was a pastor, a male model.
He was a model.
Oh.
See, there's the model looks right there.
Hey, can we acknowledge that necklace? How good's that necklace, though? That's like that.
Well, what was that necklace?
Chokers.
Oh my
Edward,
gosh.
Edward,
Never had them.
You weren't even born when that photo was taken. I just want you to know that.
That's true.
You weren't even born.
Oh
Catriona would have been like 7 years old.
Oh my gosh. Well, speaking of 7, the number 7.
Edward, we
Yeah.
got Miss Universe here. Let's talk
Yeah.
to Miss Universe.
And in reverence to all that, we have to say a big, big thank you because we've been getting tons of diamonds. We already hit 1,000,000 diamonds. We're only 20 minutes in. A big thank you to we got one to Chiming Chippy for the Yamashita Gold, the Ibang Adarna, Kevin Home Alone for the Chocolate Hills, Zita Lopez Chocolate Hills, and to shout out all of them really quick because we want to. Mayward Japan, Ella Baribal, LC Ella Baribal once again, Mayette Smith, Sweet
Mayward, Russia.
Tangerine, Sweet Tangerine.
Mayward, Russia.
Mayward, Russia. Francie, shouting hey Mayward.
Shout out
I love
Marco.
Mayward. Angel Lurias, Karen K, Dewey, Hey Beds, Dunkande, Hong Kong Solo Jing, Mayward Closet Fan, Heller Sarah, Anjay Modern. Oh my gosh, I can't even pronounce it. I'm so sorry. That's a Moderno Lick Lick. What is that? Anyway, and thank you to all of you guys for sending all the diamonds. But like Pastor James was talking about a while ago, about the pressure he has had in his life. Iba talaga ang pressure that you have when you're carrying a nation on your back.
Oh,
And she did it. She did it. Catriona Gray did that. Not even until now, she's doing it, but she did that very, very well, representing our country in Miss Universe in 2018 and winning. So Kat
join the competition.
destroying the and this was not like oops, sorry, wrong name. This was like a real. I'm sure, like the presenter was sure it was
Does make
Catriona
you
Gray.
nervous though.
Kat, surely, Edward, we need Kat to recreate the hair flick moment.
Yes.
Surely.
Yes.
Do it,
Kat?
Kat.
Do it, Kat.
I don't got the right
That's
hair.
what won Miss Universe.
Wait. I like. Can we do it again? One more time?
Why are you gonna screenshot me?
No, we're recording.
Okay.
Okay. Ayun, no? May pa-shoulder pa.
My friend.
Oh, Pastor James, you already know. Since you're a male model before and a budding male model now, can you give us your own version of that?
Well, funnily
The blue
enough,
steel.
about 2 weeks after Kat did that, I demonstrated to her my own catwalk. Do you remember that, Kat? I showed you my
swear,
own cat.
I remember exactly what you said. You were like smiling, and then you turned to, "I'm gonna kill everyone in the audience." Look.
Give us that
No.
look, Pastor James.
No, that's what she does. Because this is what she's like. She's walking. She's like, like she draws you in and then she murders you with her eyes, and then goes back to smiling.
But hey, Catriona, I remember in the weeks and months after that, after your win as well, those like special earring. It wasn't even an earring, like those
Yeah, it's
those
ear
golden
cuff.
ear cuff. Dude, we were seeing them everywhere from ASAP to any photo shoot. It was all over. So you're really an inspiration in that aspect. But I really wanted to ask you, behind the crown, there's months and months, even years of training, of refining moments. Tell us all about how it was when you finally got the crown. Like, you don't have to give us a beauty queen answer, just straight up.
Well, I want to add to the list, it's not just training, it's also like failures. There were a lot of closed doors. Like,
Yeah.
it wasn't just I tried once and I won. It wasn't
Mhm.
that at all. Like, people who know my journey, like, know that I failed multiple times. I had so many doors closed in my face. I was a breadwinner for my family at the time, so I had the added pressure of having to provide for my parents, whom I love very much. And also keep myself afloat at the age of 21. So it was
Yeah.
a journey that people see on screen as like, oh, you walked from point A to B and you smiled and you flicked your hair and gave a quick answer to a question and you won. It's really so much more than that behind the scenes. And I speak not just for me, but for every girl on that type of platform. We always have those snap judgments when we can kind of put the pieces together of what we see, but just like every single person, we are so much more than meets the eye. Whether it be our journeys, what we've been through, every success has heaps of failures and misdirections behind it. So my story is no different.
Yep. Well, hey, you hit it right on the head. I feel like you're so much more than what meets the eye, and I would go as far to say for both of you, being Miss Universe and a head pastor, you are so much more than your title. Yeah, around the same level.
Very similar.
Hey, very big
Very
burdens.
similar.
Very big burdens, though. So I wanted to ask both of you. Let's start off with you, Kat. you mentioned the failures. Was there a time where you genuinely like was almost sorry, let me say it again. Was there a time where you almost quit when you were doubting your calling?
Oh yeah, I didn't even know I had a calling. Like honestly, I feel people need to talk about that because when you're stuck, people are like, find your purpose. But like, what if you're at that point in your life? You're like, what is the purpose?
Yeah.
Am I meant to hear an audible voice from God? Is it meant to come down and slap me in the face? Like, it happens so differently for other people and everyone. But for me, I went through the majority of my early adult life not knowing what I was meant to do with myself. I knew my interests, I knew what I was drawn to, but I had never reached a feeling of like, this is what I feel I was created to do, or this is where I feel like I fit. Until I actually started in pageantry. And it was actually born out of charity work, which is why I went to the path of pageantry, not because of the glamour of pageantry. Because I had been a model, and it's not that alluring when you just, for me anyway, when you think of it, just being in a beautiful dress and doing the photo shoots. That wasn't enough for me. But seeing the platform that pageants had, especially in our country of the Philippines, where we could really inspire change, create awareness, bring education to people, I was really drawn in by that. And so that's when I started to getting the inklings of like, I think this is what I really want to do. Like, I feel really inspired by this work. And I got really giddy. This is around the same time that I first developed my faith too. For those who are watching, I was not brought up a Christian. I went to a Catholic and Anglican school growing up, but just as Pastor James was saying, I didn't give a crap about any of that. It wasn't in my family. It was just something we had to sit through at school, and like I had no relationship with God. But it was actually through the hardships of being a breadwinner for my family and having all those closed opportunities. That's actually the catalyst that brought me to God and brought me a relationship to God. And I was so giddy having explored my newfound relationship with God, and also at the same time pursuing what I felt was my calling. That it was very much entwined with my first pursuit to my dream. And what happened is that I failed. And it actually affected not only how I thought of myself, and I second guessed myself, like maybe I had it wrong all along, but it also made me kind of second guess my relationship with God, because I was like, why would you lead me to this? And I think so many people reach that kind of question that's asked of them. God, if I listened to you and I was patient and I did the best of my ability to follow, and you led me here, like, why? But obviously now sitting, I won Miss Universe, I went on to do a different path. I see why. But trust me, like when that happened, I was like, why would you set me up for this? That's literally how I felt.
Right.
Like, why would you give me this like